As Shadow presents himself, Xenon remembers him as the one that has been pursuing the religion, however notes he is a weakling as he has been focusing on just bases without the faction-center individuals. In any case, he is presently confronting a center part and the future 12th seed of rounds, Xenon. As Xenon assaults Shadow, he moves behind him, setting himself among Xenon and Alexia and ridicules Xenon, asking him where is this center part he talked about. The beast had gotten away from over the ground. In the wake of emptying the residence, the knight face it, yet their assaults are insufficient as the beast simply mends. Iris comes and causes a more serious injury for the beast, however it recuperates that as well. She chooses to get more serious and cuts the beast's arm, but the beast effectively recovers it. Because of this, Iris decides to cut it into small pieces so that it can't grow back. Alpha appears after inflicting a number of wounds and claims that she is only causing her pain. Alpha states she realizes the beast's agony and enduring and she will stop it. Alpha then goes after the beast, relieving it and returning it to her unique human structure, a little kid. Alpha sees a pendant on her, noteworthy that she is Milia, Oil's girl. After that, Alpha informs Iris that they are the Shadow Garden and that she ought to remain seated and take pleasure in the show while they deal with the situation. Xenon chooses to get more serious and utilizes more otherworldly power, yet is still effectively wrecked by Shadow. Xenon lashes out and keeps on going after Shadow, who effectively hinders his assaults. Alexia is amazed by Shadow during the fight and observes that his swordplay is fundamentally ordinary. It resembles her ideal swordplay she imagined when she was youthful. But she would never become more grounded or similarly solid to her sister. Shadow slices Xenon, who blows up and asks him for what good reason is he concealing his personality, assuming he is areas of strength for simply. Shadow states they are Shadow Nursery and they chase in the shadows, which is their sole reason for their reality. Xenon is irritated, so he takes some red pills and explains that if he takes them, he will awaken a new nature that is beyond human limits, whereas if a normal person takes them, he will be overcome by the pill's enormous power and die. After taking the pills, Xenon transforms and declares himself the Third Awakened. Having undeniably more damaging power than previously, Xenon assaults Shadow. In any case, he effectively hinders him by and by. He tells Xenon that if you use borrowed power, there is no way to almightiness as Shadow takes over Xenon. He then, at that point, sets an enchanted circle around Xenon, which shocks him how strong it is. Shadow states there used to be a man who needed to endure an atomic bomb. The man then fostered his muscles, sharpened his brain, culminated his abilities, but there were still levels he was unable to accomplish. Shadow eventually came to the conclusion that he needed to become nuclear himself if he did not want to be destroyed by a nuclear bomb. Xenon tries to slash him because he thinks he's crazy. But his sword breaks when it hits Shadow. Shadow then advises him to observe his Al strength as he utilizes his all-powerful power. He then, at that point, drones, "I'm nuclear." After that, there is a massive explosion that creates a large crater in the middle of the city. Alexia gets herself safe in the cavity. He selects a sword and begins fencing lessons with her. Iris sees her and descends, embracing her and states she is happy that she is alive. From that point forward, Alexia gets back to school and she tells Sid of what occurred. She says thanks to him for preferring her fencing and lets him know that she additionally at last figured out how to like it. They were professing to be a couple, yet presently Xenon is dead. Alexia contemplates whether Sid needs to move the relationship along, however Sid declines. That shocks Alexia, who then, at that point, assaults him. The spot they talked get known as individuals track down enormous measure of blood there, yet no bodies or it were found or answered to miss individuals. Thus, in time the case got known as one of the school's 7 secrets. The immaterial homicide. The girls of the Shadow Garden are thrilled about Shadow's strength and the prospect that, like Xenon, all of their foes will one day vanish from his light. Zeta, who found the target and will conduct an investigation, provided them with a report. Estimated time of arrival's examination is likewise going without a hitch. However, they have a problem. Someone has been delivering justice while posing as a member of Shadow Garden. Gamma is sure that they will be caught, despite the fact that they are covering their tracks well. Iris is now aware of the Shadow Garden and cult. She realizes that Xenon was disciple of the religion, and due to that she has zero faith in the Knight's request. She confides in Glenn and Marco and chooses to shape another examination group with them. Iris reveals that they have discovered a product, but they need to find someone who understands how it works. In the meantime, while perusing and conveying books, Sherry Barnett chances upon Sid, who is shrouded in blood from Princess Alexia's assault.